What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about Titans issue number 13. This one is written by Tom Taylor with art by Daniel D. Nicuolo. And this one is continuing off the events of the previous issue where Dick Grayson and Raven are going to have their little confrontation or whatnot. We have Hera, one of the Mother of the Gods or whatever, going to hell. And because we have this whole warning thing about, you know, the Dark-Winged Queen, Raven, when she gets her full power, she's basically going to be unstoppable, and they're also bringing Spectre and all that to try to stop her within the next couple of issues. And Raven goes to confront Dick Grayson, trying to figure out how he was able to kind of, you know, keep his mind from her. I mean, we have Raven, who's supposed to be this unstoppable force that even the Spectre and all these other characters are seemingly powerless against, yet Dick Grayson's mind is totally free from her control, and she's trying to figure that out, how he's able to do so. So there's that going on there. The Daniel D. Nicuolo artwork, I think, is also really good this issue. It has more of that cartoon animation style going for it, and I really like that in comic book format. Some people may not, but I generally do think it looks cool. But Beast Boy and Beast Boy and Cyborg walk in on them, and then all of a sudden she's like, it's not supposed to be this way, and then they're like, it just kind of shows to them, oh hey, we're just kind of talking. So not sure really what happened there. I guess it's some sort of magic thing. She's making them see an illusion or did something like that. But yeah, I guess that's just kind of a thing that she can just sort of do. But anyways, there's some green animal trying to like attack some political parties overseas and whatnot. So they think it's Beast Boy, but we know it's not Beast Boy because he's clearly right here. So they go to investigate. So Cyborg and Beast Boy go to investigate. They find this animal, and it's that chick who Tom Taylor introduced all the way back in Beast World, and Apex Ava was her name. Sorry, I just kind of blanked out because like she was just there for that event, and I completely forgot about her existence until this issue came up. You see, that's the issue with this Titans book is, you know, Beast World was probably the best thing it had going for it, but a lot of it just doesn't leave too much of an impact where I really just think to kind of remember it. I just kind of read the issues. It doesn't really make me want to keep reading in terms of like being like very enthusiastic. Like I'm not really loving what's going on here. I did think the artwork here is quite good, and I think it works for, there's some good action in that between Beast Boy and this Apex Ava, and her thing is if she like kills the Predator or something, she gains the ability to transform into that thing, so she believes if she kills Beast Boy, then she can transform into that. They end up saving this presidential candidate, and as Gar and her are fighting, Raven comes in, and basically she basically imprisons her into something, and you know, like Apex Ava still has a little bit of vendetta because of the whole like Garo thing where Beast Boy was able to split himself into a million things and be totally fine. I feel like Beast Boy is pretty much invulnerable at this point, like unstoppable, like in all regards. Like he can't even kill this character now. But anyway, so he's there. He's like, why don't I feel guilty about some of the stuff I should be doing? And you know, Raven, who's been possessed, or you know, we got the dark side of Raven, is there. Shh. You may not want me to protect you, but I think I always will. It's kind of this thing where, you know, it's her dark half is kind of manipulating him and such. And we also have in Hell, you know, one of the Kings of Hell and all that in Hera, and you have the Spectre coming in, and because they're afraid of what Raven will do, so they got to basically like work together to find a means to stop her before she becomes all powerful and just destroys everything on sight. So I do think that ultimately, like I said, Raven will be defeated through probably like some Deus Ex Machina. It'll be the power of love from Gar or some crap like that. I don't know. I've kind of lost enthusiasm for this Titans book, and I am looking forward to seeing a new creative team take on. I don't really know. I'm not really familiar. I saw the name, but I'm not really familiar with who the writer and artists are on the book, who's going to be taking it over. So we'll see if they're any good with it. Hopefully. I think DC definitely needs a bit of like a creative overhaul on a lot of the titles that they just kind of need to jumpstart. I think I saw Dan Watters is taking over Nightwing, and Dexter Soy is the artist. Now, I like Dexter Soy as an artist. I think that's a solid choice. Dan Watters, I mean, the stuff I've read and covered on the channel, like Arkham City, Order of the World, and some of the backups and Detective Comics, and that just get kind of weird and really hard to follow. It's all this, like, I don't know if you want to call it philosophical dialogue or whatever, where it's just kind of rambling on of things. It's never straightforward. It's kind of like, oh, you got to reinterpret it as meaning something else or whatnot, and I'm just like, I'm kind of iffy on that. But the new Titans creative team, no idea I hope they do a good job, because I really want a good Titans book, and I want a good Teen Titans book. I mean, that's another thing. How is there not a Teen Titans book right now? How is there not a Justice League book right now? These are like DC's like quintessential teams, because like, I mean, the Titans, like, it's these characters in here, but you put the Teen Titans has more name recognition than just simply Titans, because Titans can be like mean different things, like a sports team, or if you go back to like Monsterverse, oh, the Titans, they call them that. But Teen Titans, that has like more name valued recognition than just plain old Titans. So I think they need like that book for some of the younger heroes, because these are all like full-blown adults. They were supposed to replace the Justice League, and it really hasn't worked out all that great. Now we got this whole Absolute Power event right now, and I think post Absolute Power, DC needs to take a break from the whole event thing. I know they're going to be doing like Absolute, like almost kind of like an Ultimate Universe type thing with their books going forward soon. So we'll see how they handle that. But getting back to this thing, as you can see, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked because the storyline has just not really left too much impact. Now I was excited. I was like, you know, let Raven just take over everything and just kind of wipe everyone out. But now I'm at the point now I'm just like, I just kind of want a new creative start with this book. I feel like Titans have potential to kind of start, but it really hasn't lived up to its full potential. It's a book that I'll read stuff, but I kind of forget things because it doesn't leave very much of an impact right now. Now, things could pick up and get a little bit more exciting towards the end. I think Nightwing in this most recent arc has gotten better than the last several issues of it, because, you know, Dick Grayson's actually having to do things more so on his own, and we're finally getting to the end of this whole Heartless thing, which just took forever to kind of get to the point already. But like I said, I want good things. I want things to get exciting for this stuff, and I think after this story arc, maybe that'll kind of happen. But I also don't know when this takes place. Is this before or after Absolute Power? I don't know. It's kind of all over the place with DC. I don't know when things are set and when things aren't and whatnot. It's just, I think this is before Absolute Power. It kind of has to be, right? Because you saw Raven in that, and maybe it's not. I guess so. Like, see what I mean? This is also kind of like, this event's kind of undercut by the fact that Absolute Power is happening right now. I think, like I said, that like it starts to get a little bit of its own momentum, then another event happens and kind of takes over all the books, and the main thing with DC is like, oh, we're focusing on this huge event right here and such. So it's tough to figure out where everything kind of takes place and whatnot. But in terms of the storyline, it's just all right. We're gonna get all these different, you know, characters going to go face off against the Darkwing Queen Raven before she gets all too powerful and destroys things. But I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be like through the power of love and friendship that the Darkwing Queen really doesn't inflict her damage. That's how she's defeated, and Rachel kind of assumes form again. Yada, yada, yada. Something along the lines of that. I'm kind of checked out right now. I'm just reading the stuff, going through the motions. It's not genuinely awful or anything like that, but it's not really great. Aside from the artwork, I really did like the artwork within this issue. Like, this wasn't like a truly exceptional issue that just makes me want to keep reading more with this stuff. So I want some really great Titans stuff. And the last Titans related book I really liked was the Mark Waid World's Finest Teen Titans, and that was set in the past, but I want something where I'm just like really feeling the enthusiasm and excitement. I think maybe if we get a Titans book and then a Teen Titans book, maybe that'll kind of happen, because I think you need something with the younger generation of heroes. And I think the way to go with it is to kind of mix it up. Maybe have like some older heroes from the Titans kind of mentoring the younger ones. Kind of like Teen Titans Academy, like in concept, that sounded great, but it really just kind of failed in terms of execution because there was too many characters and whatnot, and it just became a who's Red X, who's Red X. I don't care who Red X is. Yeah, that worked in a Teen Titans animated series, but that's a character who didn't exist really within the comics at the time. So yeah, we'll see what they do. But yeah, so Titans number 13, it was just all right. Didn't really hate it, didn't really like love it either, except for, you know, some artwork that I rather enjoyed. So looking forward to when this, you know, storyline basically ends. I think in September it ends, and then Absolute Power, and then I'm looking forward to this creative relaunch with DC. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I need some fresh stuff. I need things to get good, and I think the readers need that too. So all right, well, that's all I'm going to say about this issue. Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit that bell for notifications, all that fun stuff. I will see you all later. I'm done with the DC books for this week. Check out some of my other stuff, and talk to you all later. Peace out.